श्री गुरु गरंगगंधा विधि शिष्य राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जाय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मरन मोहन जू की जाय। नित्यालोक विष्णु विष्णुपाद अश्वतरशत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जाय। नित्यालोक विष्णु विष्णुपाद अश्वतरशत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जाय। नित्यालोक विष्णु विष्णुपाद अश्वतरशत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्यालोक विष्णु विष्णुपाद अश्वतरशत शिशिमार भक्ति Sorry, let me just say again. Śrīla Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Nityalok Vishtam Vishnupad Ashuttara Shatashmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj ki jai. Nityalok Vishtam Vishnupad Ashuttara Shatashmar Bhakti Siddhāntī Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada ki jai. Nityalok Vishta Maha Bhagavat Śrīla Gorkshodas Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nityalok Vishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nityalok Vishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadas Raghunath Sharda Gosai Prabhu ki jai. Shri Surup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. नाम अचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट विरक्त गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योग माया की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Jai Śrīla Bhakti Śrīrūpa Siddhāntī Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. We're going to be reading an article by him, by Śrīla Bhakti Śrīrūpa Siddhāntī Gosvāmī. So I'll do a short Jai Mangalacharan. Jnānatimirandasya Jnānanjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Vanchakalpat Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vrindayai Tulsidevai Priyayai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha. Vaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, and all devotees watching on YouTube and Facebook. I don't know who's there. If you write a comment, I'll see your name, but I'm guessing Indira Mataji is there, and Viseshwari Mataji, and Vidyalala Siddhi maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'll also pronounce to all devotees watching in the future, like Shachi Devi and everybody else. Jai Dev Prabhu. Right, Hari Bol. So what we're doing these days now is just finding a Rays of the Harmonist article. I've been trying to find the ones that I haven't read before. So yeah, I haven't read this one yet. And this article we're reading is The Glories of Sādhu-saṅga by Śrīla Bhakti Śrīrūpa Siddhāntī Gosvāmī Mahārāja, disciple of Śrīla Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, the guru of our Bhaktivedanta Sridhar Maharaj. So yeah, we'll read that article and that will be our program for today. It might be a bit of a short program these days. So, oh, and this is from which edition? I think it's from the same edition of Rays of the Harmonists that we read yesterday. I think it's 2002 Pūrṇimā. Or no, 2003 Pūrṇimā. Just need to open it. Where is it? Huh. That's strange. Sorry, let me just find it really quick. There it is. So I'm a bit late today. I was doing songbook stuff. Okay. So the Glories of Sādhu-saṅga. A lecture on Śrīmad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 18, verses 10 to 13, delivered by Śrīmad Bhakti Śrīrūpa Siddhāntī Gosvāmī Mahārāja. In Śrīmad Bhagavatam, after replying to the inquiry of Shaunak and other rishis regarding the history of King Parikshit, which is filled with narrations of Bhagavan Vasudev's pastimes, Śrīla Sutta Goswami said, Ya ya katha bhagavata katha niyo karmana guna karmashraya pumbhi Samsevyasta babhushubhi. That's 1:18:10. Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Those who desire to attain Sadbhav, the pure state of existence, must thoroughly and submissively serve all the topics related to the transcendental qualities and wonderful activities of Bhagavan Vasudeva. The katha of Bhagavan is abundant. There is no end to it. He performs wonderful activities and pastimes, and these are to be narrated and glorified by all. Samsevyasta. It is imperative to thoroughly serve, that is, hear, glorify, and remember such pastimes. Pumbhi. This is particularly true for those who desire to attain Sadbhav, the pure state of existence. Sadbhav cha. Sadbhav means the bhav or nature of Bhagavan and his bhaktas. Therefore, it is essential for those who desire to attain Sadbhav to thoroughly serve, that is, hear, all the topics related to Bhagavan's activities, his karma, and his qualities, his guna. In this verse, karma refers to Bhagavan's leelas. Haribol Vidya Lala Sadidi. Serving katha means hearing, shravan, glorifying, kirtan, and remembering, smaran. So, hearing, glorifying, and remembering that katha. In his commentary, Śrīla Chakravarti Pad says, Sasvat Sasat, sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. Swasat Tamichadbhi. Those who desire to maintain their satta, their existence, must hear Bhagavat Katha. And anyatha jivanamritatvam syat. Otherwise, that person will become dead even while living. Without hearing Bhagavat Katha, one is as good as dead. Neha yat karma dharmaya na viragaya kalpate na tirtha padasevayai jivan api mrito hisa. Srimad Bhagavatam 3:23-56. Anyone whose work is not meant to elevate him to religious life, whose religious ritualistic performances do not raise him to renunciation, and who is situated in renunciation that does not lead him to devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, must be considered dead, although he is breathing. Thus, those who do not perform kirtan, shravan, and smaran of Hari Katha are dead, even while appearing to live. Ordinarily, we think that by eating and taking care of ourselves, we remain alive. It is true that by eating and defending, we can keep our body healthy. But to nourish the immortal existence of the Atma is impossible without hearing Hari Katha. Therefore, it is said that Bhagavan has ample activities. His wonderful qualities are to be glorified by all beings, and those who are eager to attain Sadbhav must thoroughly serve, that is, hear, glorify, and remember Bhagavan Vasudev's various pastimes, characterized by his qualities. After hearing this, the rishis, headed by Shonak Rishi, said, Rishaya Uchuhu Sutta Jiva Sama Somya Shashvatir Vishadam Yasha Yastvang Sangshasi Krishnasya Martyanam Amritang Hina. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 1:18-11. The good sages said, O grave Sutta Goswami, may you live many years and have eternal fame, for you are speaking very nicely about the activities of Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead. This is just like nectar for mortal beings like us. The rishi said, O graceful Sutta Goswami, may you live for an unlimited period of time. The rishis are hearing the Bhagavat from Sutta Goswami. However, they are not blessing him in the statement above. Rather, with great respect and profuse eagerness, they are praying for his long life. Why? Yas tvang sangshasi krishnasya martyanam amritam he na. Because you are speaking the most purifying and nectarine pastimes of Krishna to mortal beings like us. That's why. The Katha of Bhagavan is nectar. You are distributing that nectar to mortal beings like us. Therefore, may you live for unlimited years. Speaking like this, they are praying with great jubilation and eagerness. It is unfeasible for them to bless Sutta Goswami, and therefore they are praying. The rishis further said, Karmanyasmin anashvase dhuma dhumratmanam bhavan apayayati govinda pada parma savam madhu. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 1:18-12. We have just begun the performance of this fruit of activity, a sacrificial fire. We have just begun the performance of this fruit of activity, a sacrificial fire, without certainty of its result due to the many imperfections in our action. Our bodies have become gray from the smoke, but we are indeed pleased by the nectar of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead, Govinda, which you are distributing. We have started performing karma in the form of this yajna, but we are unsure whether we shall be able to attain the lotus feet of Bhagavan at any point. We don't know if we'll attain the lotus feet of Bhagavan at any point through this endeavor. We have performed yajna for thousands upon thousands of years, but we have been unable to attain any realization of Bhagavan. Our sole achievement has been dhuma dhumratmanam bhavan. By the smoke of this yajna, our atma, that is, our bodies, have become pale, ashy. This is what we have attained. The rishis were performing yajna for thousands of years. and therefore they are saying that they are uncertain about realizing any results from the yajna. The futility of such yajnas is mentioned in the Bhagavad. However, people are performing yajnas to this day, and they will continue to do so in the future also. All paths will endure. Man can follow any opinion, for who can obstruct his free will? But for him to attain bhakti by whatever path he treads is impossible. The method to attain bhakti is distinct, and that process cannot simply be found anywhere. Therefore, the rishis are saying, we have passed thousands of years in performing yajna, the results of which are uncertain, and consequently, our bodies have become pale. But we have been unable to make progress towards Bhagavan, even by an inch. In this state of ours, Bhavan apayayati, you have made us drink. Drink what? Govinda Pada Paramasava, the nectar from the lotus feet of Govinda. You have made us drink the nectar of Govinda's katha. Madhu means the nectarian katha. In his commentary, Śrīla Vishwanath Chakravartipad says, Why do we have no trust or confidence in this act of yajna? Why will we not achieve anything by performing yajna? Vaigunya bahulyena phala nishchaya bhavat. While performing acts like yajna, so many defects appear. So many defects appear that it becomes uncertain whether or not its fruits will be achieved. Thus, because the results are uncertain due to the presence of imperfections, no one knows what result will occur and when. What is being expressed in the Rishi's statement? Tena bhakter vishvasaniyatva muktam. Muktam. The meaning of that is, we have developed faith in whatever you have made us hear about, namely, those matters pertaining to bhakti and Bhagavan. This is the real path. This is the real path. By speaking Harikatha to us, you have arranged for us to attain Bhagavan's lotus feet. This is trustworthy. We can understand this. Dhumena dhumra vivarna atmangsh chakshur adya vyava. By the smoke of this yajna, our eyes have become like that of a blind man. People of this world hope to attain Bhagavan by performing yajna, yoga, dhyan, and so on. But there is no certainty of attaining Bhagavan by following these paths. This is because all these paths carry so many faults. Therefore, the rishis are saying that they have developed faith in the path of bhakti to the extent that Sutta Goswami has spoken Bhagavad Bhakti Katha to them, and thereby made them drink the sweetness of Bhagavan. Bhakti shakshat phaladatva maha. Bhakti can bestow its results directly. Many people, despite hearing something about the excellence of bhakti, nonetheless follow other paths, which leads them to karma and samsara. Asavam why am I having such a hard time reading the Sanskrit? I don't know why. Asavan makrandarupam madhu madakam. This Harikatha is so intoxicating that by once entering into the sweetness of Shravan, Kirtan, and Smaran, one cannot give it up or live without it, and one will most certainly relish it. Said Virupa, this Harikatha is so intoxicating that by once entering into the sweetness of Shravan, Kirtan, and Smaran of Harikatha, one cannot give it up or live without it, and one will most certainly relish it. Taditara sarva sukha dukkana nubhavat. This Harikatha is so sweet and so intoxicating that even despite its own sweetness, it will not let us experience the happiness and distress of any other topic of this world. Such is the glory of Bhagavan's Katha. Pratikshanam tadiya svadhutvanu bhavacha. At every moment, this Hari Katha makes us relish and experience such bhavs, such moods, so that we do not develop a liking for any other topic. It makes one forget happiness, distress, and all worldly affairs, and intoxicates one. And it says, to be continued in the next issue. The audio recording courtesy of the disciples of Śrīmad Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. So they translated this from the audio. It's 7:30, so maybe I didn't realize this is in parts. Let's read the next part. This will be in this one. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. The Glories of Sādhu-saṅga. Let's read this. The font is a little messed up on this. So what page is it? 38. Okay. So, in the first part of this lecture, published in the previous issue raised of the Harmonist, Śrīla Bhakti Śrīrūpa Siddhāntī Gosvāmī Mahārāja elucidates the deep import of Śrīmad Bhagavatam, chapter 18 of the first canto, verses 10 to 12. In these verses, the sages headed by Shaunak Rishi prayed for Sutta Goswami's long life and go on to profusely glorify Hari Katha. They say that this Katha is so sweet and relishable that one cannot give it up or live without it. Sādhu-saṅga, a wealth beyond compare. After speaking in this way, the rishis declare that they cannot estimate the value of the kind of association that bestows such Hari Katha. What to speak of the association of one who has, in fact, embraced such Katha within his heart. Tulayama, oh wow, now this famous verse 13. Okay, so this is just the next verse. Tulayama lavinapi na swargam na punarbhavam bhagavat sangi sangasya martyanam kim ushashisha. I remember one New Braj festival, Srila Gurudev gave a class on this verse, and everybody memorized it. I think he told everybody you have to memorize this verse. I just remember that one New Braj festival, and we all memorized it. So Shaunak Rishi says, the association of a Bhagavad Bhakta, that is to say, of one who attains the direct association of Bhagavan, is very rarely achieved in the course of the jiva's destiny. We see thousands of saints and ascetics wandering about in groups. But to get the association of one who has in fact attained the association of Bhagavan, has received his darshan, and has entered into his lila, is very difficult. What to speak of such a person, it is extremely rare to attain the association of even one who is associated with such a person. How rare? Tulayama lavenapi. The value of even a single moment, lava, of such association is incomparable. I do not consider anything equal to it. Na swargam na punarbhavan. The heavenly kingdom, swarga, and liberation from matter, moksha, are generally regarded as the highest of all goals, and therefore those who desire them endeavor very hard to achieve them. But Bhagavat Sangi Sangasya, the result of just a moment's association with one who is in Bhagavan's direct company, cannot be equated or compared with the attainment of even swarga or moksha. What an astonishing fact! Lava means 1/11 of a second, a very short interval. Shaunak Rishi continues, we are speaking from experience, having had the association of Sutta Goswami. This is our realization. It is not that we have merely heard of the glories of Sadhu-saṅga or fabricated them with our imagination. We have directly experienced them. We performed yajna for thousands of years with no result. But what we have attained in the very first instant, through only a moment's association with Sutta Goswami, cannot be compared to the attainment of Swarga and Moksha. What of similar value to Sadhu-saṅga could we possibly obtain by going to Swarga or achieving Moksha as a result of performing yajna? Tulayama lavenapi na swargam na punar bhavan bhagavat sangi sangasya. If even Swarga and Moksha cannot be weighed against such association, what can be said of the kingdom and seemingly unlimited wealth of mortal beings? Of what importance, then, are the great personalities of this world, the vastly learned, the immensely rich, the famous, and those of high birth and aristocratic lineage? All are inconsequential. Is Swarga and Moksha have become insignificant? Then what comparative value can this worldly kingdom and wealth have? Eternal union with God. Srila Vishwanath Chakravartipad has written a wonderful commentary on this shloka. He says, Tasmat tadrisha sadhu-saṅgasya mahanider mahatmyam. The rishis, headed by Shaunaka Rishi, are saying, Asmad anubhava gochari kritam. I have directly experienced and perceived the glory of Mahanidhi, the great treasure of Sadhu-saṅga, about which I spoken earlier. In other words, by having your personal association, Śrīla Sutta Gosvāmī, Śrīla Sutta Gosvāmī, we have now understood its glory. Śrīla Shukadeva Goswami is Bhagavat Sangi. He has attained the association of Bhagavan. And you are his Sangi. You have associated with Śrīla Shukadeva Goswami. Thus, by having the association of a Bhagavad Bhakta like you, we have realized that this type of association is Mahanidhi, a great treasure, and that its glory, which we have experienced, is indeed wonderful. What more can we say? Who is Bhagavat Sangina? The Bhaktas. They always remain with Bhagavan. They never live outside his association. People may ask, if the Bhaktas are Bhagavan's associates, they ought to reside in Bhagavan's eternal abode. Why then are they living here? But wherever the Bhaktas may reside, whether it be here or elsewhere, they remain forever with Bhagavan. Haribol Patita Pavani Didi. Hiranyakashipu questioned his son Prahlad Maharaj. He said, "You're always chanting Hari Hari, but where is your Hari?" And then Prahlad Maharaj replied, "My Hari is everywhere." Hiranyakashipu then asked, "Can you see him everywhere? I have searched for him everywhere, but I was unable to find him. If I had found him, I would have killed him. But you are saying that he is everywhere. Are you actually seeing Hari everywhere? Is he in this pillar? Can you see him in this pillar?" Prahlad Maharaj replied, "Yes, he is in the pillar." And Hiranyakashipu then struck the pillar with his fist and broke it. And Sri Nrsingadev appeared. Just see, Prahlad Maharaj lived in Hiranyakashipu's kingdom, and despite being in the dynasty of a demon, he was always associating with Bhagavan and always having his darshan. Even when Hiranyakashipu was torturing Prahlad in various ways, Bhagavan at all times kept the boy in his lap. When Prahlad was made to sit in fire, was thrown in water, and was placed under the feet of an elephant, Bhagavan always kept him in his lap and protected him. Those devotees who have gained entrance into Bhagavan's eternal pastimes, the Nitya Lila, reside in Bhagavan's abode as his eternal associates. By the will of Bhagavan, however, such associates also come and reside in this world. During their sojourn here also, they are not without Bhagavan's association. They always remain with him. Thus, even while in this world, they are to be regarded as associates of the Lord. They never leave Bhagavan. Therefore, Śrīla Chakravarti Pad has written that Bhagavat Sangina refers to the bhaktas. But who are those bhaktas who always live with Bhagavan and with whom Bhagavan also always resides? This is a separate topic of discussion. The value of only a moment's association. Tesham sangasya means the association of such type of bhaktas. Yolava means for a very short time, that is, for 1/11th of a second. Such association, even if only momentary, cannot be compared to attaining svarga, the fruit of karma. By following the path of karma, people hope to reach svarga, believing svarga to be the highest goal and the topmost fruit of karma. Apunar bhavam mokshanam cha. Apunar bhavam refers to moksha, the fruit of jnana. By cultivating jnana, people hope to attain moksha. But na tulayama. The fruits of karma and jnana cannot be measured against the fruit of even a moment's association with a Bhagavad Bhakta. But people do not readily put their faith in the result attained by 1/11th of a second of such association. And this kind of good fortune does not easily come their way also. Therefore it is said, Na tulayama martyanang tucha ashino rajada kimuta. How then can it be compared with an insignificant worldly kingdom of mortal beings? The rishis, headed by Shaunak Rishi, are now asking rhetorically, why is it that I do not wish to make any comparison with Sādhu-saṅga? What result is in fact obtained from the association of Bhagavan's Sangi for even a very short time? What of significant value is gained in such a brief interval that cannot be measured against the attainment of Svarga and Moksha? Param labhaya bhaktir ankuro hrid udbhavata iti bhavaha. What is obtained is supremely rare. What is obtained is the supremely rare commodity known as bhakti. It cannot be attained even by thousands of different types of sadhan, including the sadhans performed on the paths of karma, jnana, and yoga. This is because bhakti is param durlabha, the rarest among all rarities. But it is that Sādhu-saṅga that manifests within one's heart the sprout of this extremely rare bhakti. This is the result of associating with a Bhagavad Bhakta for even a very short time, what to speak of associating with such a personality over a prolonged period. Tatra bhakte sadhanasyapi sadhu-saṅgasya lavenapi karma jnanado phalang Pūrṇimā. No, I don't know what this is actually. The E with that over it. Anyway, this doesn't matter. I think it is E. Yeah. Or Pūrṇa. It says Pūrṇimā. Sorry. That was obvious. Okay. Sadhu-saṅga is the sadhan of bhakti. Whatever is achieved by sadhu-saṅga for a very little time cannot be compared against even the complete fruits of karma and jnana. Sadhu-saṅga is a method to achieve bhakti, and the fruits of karma and jnana in their entirety do not even bear comparison with the result of obtaining sadhu-saṅga for a single moment. Kimuta bahukala vyapina sadhu-saṅgena. And what can be said about the results one derives from sadhu-saṅga and bhakti sadhan over a long time. Even just a moment, a single moment of sadhu-saṅga cannot even be compared to all the fruits of karma and jnana in their entirety. So what can be said of sadhu-saṅga over a long time? They are kimuta, truly incomparable. Even if bhakti sadhana in the form of sadhu-saṅga is momentary, it has no comparison. Kimutattaram tatphala bhutaya bhaktya. Now the word kimutattaram, still more incomparable, is being used. The rishis are saying that this describes the nature of bhakti attained as a result of performing bhakti sadhana, that is, sadhu-saṅga. And finally, the word kimutattama, most incomparable, is used, denoting the highest fruit of bhakti, namely prema. When, as a result of bhakti, prema is attained, then where is the question of withdrawing any possible comparison? There simply cannot be any comparison whatsoever. The words kimuta, kimutattaram, and kimutattama are in the positive, comparative, and superlative degrees respectively. The suffix tara is used to convey the sense of still more incomparable, and tama to the sense of most incomparable. Thus the highest idea is gradually revealed. Meaningless attempts to calculate. Tatatra sambhavanartak lota tolene sambhavanameva na kurma. Someone may submit that whatever has been said previously is merely speculative, and that now some type of objective scale should be used to make a variable, some objective scale should be used to make variable comparisons. To this, Shonak Rishi replies, but I have no wish to compare sadhu-saṅga against the attainment of swarga and moksha on a scale, setting aside the fact that such a task is actually impossible. Why? What is the harm of such a comparative analysis? For what purpose should I do it? Shonak Rishi asks. He further states rhetorically, he says, Nahi merunam what? Sarnapam, I don't know what that's supposed to say. Kashchitulayati. Can any meaningful comparison be made between a mountain and a sesame seed? In other words, it is quite sufficient simply to observe the incomparable nature of the two. No one in his right mind will think it necessary to place the two on either side of a scale. That which is widely accepted, bahuvachanena bahunam samatya, cannot be denied by anyone. Naishortho kenachir apramani kartum shaktaye. That is, one is simply unable to reject or disregard it. So that's kartu shaktaye. Sadhu-saṅga, more powerful than associating with Bhagavan. Now, by the potency of Bhagavad Bhaktas will be highlighted further. Bhagavat Sangisangasya ityanena na tathasya bhavet klesho bandhaschanya prasangata yoshit sangar yatha pungso yatha tatsangi sangata. Now, Śrīla Vishwanath Chakravarti Pad, he here offers an analogy from the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 14, verse 30, to elucidate the nature of sadhu-saṅga. He explains that by associating with a woman one is afflicted by bondage. But yatha tatsangas, tatsangi sangata, the association of one who associates with women is in fact more harmful than the direct association of a woman. Why? Because by knowing that the association of women will bind one, a person can at least try to remain aloof of such association. More harmful is the company of a man who associates with women, as greater bondage comes from such a relationship. For this reason, it has similarly been said, Vishayer anakaile malin hoiman. By eating grains, by eating foodstuffs given by a worldly person, by a sense enjoyer, one's mind becomes polluted, and with such a contaminated mind, one cannot perform bhajan of Sri Krishna. In this regard, it is also harmful to accept anything from a person who associates with women. There is a danger in associating with such a person. Associating with women is harmful, but associating with persons addicted to associating with women is more harmful. Similarly, associating with bhaktas of Bhagavan is more powerful than associating with Bhagavan himself. One attains auspiciousness by associating with Bhagavan, but one attains greater auspiciousness by associating with his bhaktas. Wow, beautiful point, huh? Like, very interesting comparison also. The same fact was explained by Dhruva Maharaj when he attained the darshan of Bhagavan. At that time, Bhagavan asked him to accept any benediction. Dhruva said, "My only request is that I should always have the association of your bhaktas. I do not desire anything else." And Bhagavan replied, "What is this? You have finally attained me, and now having achieved this, you again desire the association of my bhaktas?" Dhruva said, "Oh Prabhu, if I had not attained the association of your bhaktas, then how could I have attained your association today? I would have deviated from the path of attaining you by committing some offense. And even now, how will it be possible for me to remain in your company if I am without the association of your bhaktas? At any time, I may commit some offense and lose your association. Thus, the association of bhaktas is more powerful than the association of Bhagavan himself. This has been made clear. Since we are unable to understand this, the harmful effects of associating with a woman and with a man who associates with women has been illustrated. Of the two, the latter harm is the greater. But although people may hear this, do they pay any regard? Iti yoshit sangadapi yoshit sanginam sango yatati nindya uktaha. Just as associating with a man who associates with a woman has been denounced in Srimad Bhagavatam as more condemnable than associating with a woman, so associating with a Bhagavad Bhakta has been glorified as more virtuous, advantageous, and desirable than associating with Bhagavan directly. Indeed, there is nothing more virtuous and desirable than Sādhu-saṅga. Through such association, all one's desires are fulfilled. Our inability to actually associate. Real sadhus, however, are extremely rare and therefore difficult to find. And if they are found, it is very difficult to associate with them in the real sense. Although people of this world may attain the association of a Bhagavad Bhakta, they remain unable to comprehend his bhavdhara, his line of thought. That is his moods. Just seeing how much longer this article is. Wow, it's a long one, but I think we'll finish within the next 7 minutes. We'll probably go over a couple minutes. We may, by the accumulation of previous sukriti, come close physically to a Bhagavad Bhakta. But we then discover that we cannot associate with him in any real sense. If those who have attained the Sangha of Bhagavad Bhaktas find themselves unable to benefit from it, What can be said of the predicament of those who have not even attained such Sangha? Why is this so? Why can we not properly associate with Bhagavad Bhaktas despite being in their company? Sangha means samyak rupena gamana, to completely follow the Bhagavad Bhakta. It is difficult for us to comply with their instructions. Moreover, the foundation of Sangha is priti. Without priti, without any love, there can be no Sangha. We go to the market and see, meet, and talk with many people. But can this be called Sangha? No. Priti is the real requirement. What is priti? Śrīla Gosvāmī has written, Vidati pratigrinnati goyam akyati prichati bhunkte bhujayate chaiva chadvidang priti lakshanam. That's the fourth verse of Upadeshamrita. Offering pure devotees items in accordance with their requirements, accepting remnant items given by pure devotees, revealing to devotees one's confidential realizations concerning bhajan, inquiring from them about their confidential realizations, eating with great love the prasad remnants given by devotees, and lovingly feeding them prasad. These are the 6 symptoms of loving association with pure devotees. Are we able to deal with Bhagavad Bhaktas with these 6 symptoms of priti? We can have these 6 exchanges with worldly people, but not with Bhagavad Bhaktas, because Maya does not let us do so. Such is the oppression of Maya, that she will not allow us to associate with sadhus. Hence, the Sangha of Bhagavad Bhaktas is very rare. We are unable to attain it even after attaining their company. This is our misfortune. Why is this so? Man is a Sangi. Man is the associate of Maya, and he likes associating with her. Ordinary people may come close to a Bhagavad Bhakta, but they will prefer to discuss worldly topics with him and go away. They are not influenced by his association. It is very difficult for them. Therefore, it is said that the result of associating with a Bhagavad Bhakta for a single moment cannot be compared to the attainment of Svarga and Moksha. What a significant matter! What a precious commodity is Sadhu-saṅga! Is such a highly worshipable and desirable thing attained in the course of everyone's fate? No. It is said in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 22:54, Sadhu-saṅga, Sadhu-saṅga, sarva shastre koi, lava matra sadhu-saṅge, sarva siddhi hoy. The verdict of all revealed scriptures is that by even a moment's association with a sadhu, one can attain all success. Smearing one's body with a sadhu's foot dust. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Bharat Maharaj speaks as follows to King Rahugana. He says, Rahuganai tat tapasa nayati na chejaya nirvapanar grihadva na chandasa naiva jalagni suryai vina mahatpada rajo vishekam. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 5:12-12. How significant are the words spoken by Bharat Maharaj to King Rahugana? It says, O Rahugana, you want to know Bhagavan, but he cannot be known by austerity, by tapasya, nor by worship, nor by giving up one's home, nor indeed by living in one's home. He cannot be known by reciting the Vedas, nor by worshipping the demigods, such as the sun god, Varuna, and so on. Why? Because Mahatpada Rajo Vishekam. As long as one does not smear himself with the foot dust of the Mahat, the great saintly personalities, then one cannot achieve any results by performing all these other activities. So one should first seek the Sangha of a great saintly personality, and only when he can smear himself with the foot dust of this personality, only then can Bhagavan be known to him. Prahlad Maharaj gave the same instruction to the sons of his guru. Naishang matistavar urukramang kring sprishatyanartha pagamo yadartha mahiyasang padarajobhishekam nishkinchananam na vrinitayavat. That's Srimad Bhagavatam 7.532. Prahlad Maharaj told the sons of his teacher that they should give up everything. He said, "What benefit can you derive from your father Shukracharya, who you consider a great pundit?" he asked. His consciousness is unable to touch the lotus feet of Bhagavan, who performs uncommon activities. These lotus feet have the effect of removing a person's anarthas and awarding him complete perfection. They deliver to him his prayojan, or goal. We're at the end now. So how can we attain Bhagavan? Can everyone attain him? Mahiyasam padarajobhishekam. Mahiyasham padarajobhishekam. One must smear himself with the dust of the lotus feet of Mahat, a saintly personality. Who is such a saintly personality? Niskinchananam na vrinitayavat. One who possesses no wealth other than Bhagavan. As long as we do not accept and smear upon our bodies the foot dust of a Niskinchan Mahapurush, then we will achieve nothing at all. The essence of the whole subject, in the language of my Guru Padma Śrīla Bhakti Siddhānta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, is that the jiva's supreme auspiciousness comes about by hearing Harikatha in Sadhu-saṅga. This is because Sadhu-saṅga is the sole means to attain Krishna Bhakti. Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Hoy Sadhu-saṅga. That's Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 2284. The root cause of bhakti to Sri Krishna is association with sadhus. Hare Krishna. So, original Bengali lecture transcribed and translated into English, audio recording courtesy of the disciples of Srimad Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. There's a little bio about him here, but it's already past 8 o'clock, so I think we'll end here. Cool. All right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaur, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Guru Garam. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki Jai, Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai, Jai Shri Gurudev ki Jai, Jai Shri Param Gurudev ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Jai. Whoa, that's sorry. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai. I just noticed on the calendar. Wait, what day is it? It is Śrīla Bhakti Śrīrūpa Siddhāntī Gosvāmī Mahārāja's disappearance day today. I had no intention, I have no idea that it is his disappearance day. It's totally random that we just read this article. I just read it because it came next after the Param Gurudev article. Wow, so Jai Śrīla Bhakti Śrīrūpa Siddhāntī Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki Jai. Vidya Shubha Tirubhav Titi ki Jai. Jai, all the associates of Jagat Guru Śrīla Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Shri Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai, Jai Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki Jai, Swapasha Chigor Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopikan ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai, Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Padadevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyashta Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams. Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Vidyalala Didi, Patita Pavani Didi, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, and all the other devotees watching. I'm guessing Indira Mataji is there, and Seshwari Mataji, also all devotees watching in the future, like Sai Shachi Devi, Jayadev Prabhu, and all others. Dandavat pranams. That is just too neat, though. I just went to look at the calendar to see if today is a special day, if I should say it in the Jayadvani, and then, oh my God, it's Śrīla Bhakti Śrīrūpa Siddhāntī Gosvāmī Mahārāja's disappearance day. That is wild. I had no idea. Like, seriously, I had no idea. That's awesome. All right. So thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you all tomorrow to read something. I don't know what yet. All right. Haribol. Thank you so much for joining. See you tomorrow. Oh, and sorry, I said Vidyalala Patita Pavani Didi, and I almost forgot Rupa Raghunath Prabhu. So, Dandavat pranams Rupa Raghunath Prabhu.